Okay, so here's an example of an angle problem, or one of these problems where we use algebra to solve for an unknown measure of an angle. And here you can see we have all these different lines like A, E, F, we have C, E, G, and we have G, E, B, and even A, E, D, and so like that. So we have those different lines here, and it gives us some information. At the beginning of this it says the following. It says in the figure EA and EB are opposite rays. So EA right here and EB, they're opposite rays. And what that tells us is something pretty important, because that tells us that these are 180 degrees. They're 180. That's really helpful too. You want to look for the little clues that it gives you. So these are 180 degrees total if they're opposite from each other. And then it also tells us that an EC bisects FEG. Here's EC and here's FEG. So this is a bisector, so that means it cuts it in half. So if we have, if you were to draw this FEG here in yellow, we would see that EC, that bisector, will cut that perfectly in half. So then if we had the angle FEC and CEG, they would be the same measure of an angle. And then we want to look at, keep those things in mind. That's why it's telling us that, because it's going to help us solve for some unknown measurements. And it says find the value of x if the measure of angle FEG is 82. So FEG total is 82, right? And the measure of angle FEC is equal to 5x plus 11. So then we know that the total of the angle, so FEG, right, is equal to 82. So then we know that half of this, FEC, is then going to be equal to not just 5x plus 11, but it's also equal to half of that 82. So the measure of angle FEC also equals 41 degrees, or 41. And then we can just take these two things and make them equal to each other. So we could say 5x plus 11 equals 41. And so if we just take some paper here, draw a piece, just put this right here. So we'll say 5x plus 11 equals 42, or 41, I'm sorry, it's not 42, 41. And then we just solve for it, 5x, we're going to minus 11 from both sides. 5x equals 30, divided by 5, x equals 6. So that would be the answer to 16. Another example of this kind of problem is it would say if the measure of angle AED, so it would be this one right here, AED, is equal to 16y plus 10, it's then find the value of y so that ED and AB are at 90 degrees to each other. So let's see, where is, with the measure of angle AED, this one right here, find the value of y so that ED is AB. Where's AB? Yeah, okay. So this is 90 degrees is what it's telling us. So we can even put a little box in there. Okay. So then we would know the measure of angle AED is 16y plus 10. We also know the measure of angle AED is equal to 90. So then we just do what we did with the last one, and we would make them equal to each other. So 16y plus 10 equals 90. And then we would just say 16y equals 80. And then we divide by 16, and we would see y equals 5. So then we know y equals 5, just based on these two things. Because that 90 tells us it's equal to, this box here tells us it's a right angle equal to 90, and then we can plug in The other thing we know, AED is 16y plus 10. That's kind of how you do these problems. Let me know if you have any more questions, and I hope this helps.